The online booking section is the act of you setting your hours as a clinician, and then your clients just hopping online to the client portal to be able to see any open slots. So let me actually run you through the different settings from getting to that point. The very first thing you'll want to do is actually just turn on your online booking. So in the upper right hand corner where it says My Account, just click on Settings. And then from here on the left hand side, there is a section for the client portal. Okay, so if you are seeing this little toggle up top here, that just means you'll need to turn on your client portal. So once I do that, it is live and good to go. This URL right here is actually what your clients will go to. So to clarify, your clients would never go to SimplePractice.com to log in, because they'll have the same screen as what you would see as a clinician if they created an account. Your clients will only go to this link right here. And to actually show you some of the differences between what the SimplePractice version looks like versus the client portal, I'll just click on it to show you my individual one. This is what your clients would see upon going to my URL. It'll have your practice name listed. If you have a couple office locations, those will also be listed with a Google map as well. I happen to have telehealth on my account, so if you have that as well, you'll have a video office, so there isn't actually a physical location listed. And then down here, if clients have any questions, there is a link to the SimplePractice privacy policy. So this is what the client portal looks like, but actually getting to the point of having clients be able to go on here and book appointments is what we'll spend the next section of time going through. So the first thing I want to do is actually turn on online booking. So right here where it says online booking, I'm just going to click enable, and now it is, once I click save, it'll be good to go. So as far as these settings listed here, there are quite a few variables that go into actually having appointments book. There are the settings here that we can control, and then you'll actually create what we call availability, which are blocks of time that clients can book appointments. Those blocks, for example, if you know Mondays you're always free from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., you can actually create one big window of time and have appointments book within that. First thing we'll want to do is actually just kind of strategize how you'd like appointments to start. There are 4 options listed here, so we'll just go through what each of these mean. According to service duration, it's a way to get the most amount of appointments in one appointment window. If you have, let's say, 30-minute appointments, if you have this setting booked, your appointments would actually book back to back. So there would be kind of the most amount of appointments in one day with this setting turned on. If you're hearing this and thinking, that's obviously not going to work because you'd need to have a break in between appointments, know that there is actually another setting that you can override to allow what we call like a buffer period of maybe 10 minutes in between appointments. But this setting is what a lot of customers do. But just in case you're curious, we also have the ability for appointments to start on the top of the hour, so 8, 9, 10 a.m. This setting where it says on the half hour, that actually refers to every 30 minutes. And then lastly, this option lets you have appointments start on the quarter hour. I'd say most people I work with either do on the full hour or according to service duration. And then from here, you can also decide if you want new clients to be able to go to your portal and book appointments. This is entirely up to you. If you would like to require a credit card on file for clients, this means if they are a new client, they have to actually enter a valid card number in order to request that appointment. You can also decide how you'd like to have booking planned out. So you could decide maybe 2 months in advance, and then you can also determine if you have a window of many appointments open the same day, if you would like clients to be able to book up until an hour before or as far out as 5 days before. So once you kind of have those settings decided here, you'll just want to save this page. You'll get a message that says that this has been updated successfully. That is step 1 The next thing you'll want to do is actually create your services and just determine which ones you'd like to be available for online booking. To navigate there, on the left-hand side, this tab that says Billing and Services, I'm going to click here, and the second tab up top here that says Services, this is going to house all of your practice services. So if you haven't been to this tab just yet, I highly recommend spending some time here just to make sure everything listed accurately reflects your practice rates and services that you offer. So you'll just want to come here and then click into a service type. So you just click on the name of it in blue and it will expand. And then from here it gives you a couple different options. So the first one you'll want to do is determine that all of your services are available for online booking. So if you have certain services that you do want to be able to book online, maybe others not, this is how you can further customize that. Then from there, you can decide if you want this service for new clients or not. And then lastly, this setting allows you to set your hours. So you essentially are creating time slots on the portal, but clients are not actually able to request those slots online. They see them, but they actually have to call to book the appointment. What happens here is you have maybe a 2 o'clock appointment open. A client would still have to call you, but they could say, instead of saying, what do you have available for Thursday or Friday? They call in and say, I saw there's a 2 o'clock open, I'd like to request that. It still kind of requires clients to call instead of doing anything online, but their phone calls are a little bit more direct and they know what appointments are available. And then earlier, I also mentioned the ability to have appointments block off. If you are doing the setting where appointments are booking according to service duration, in theory, my appointment is 50 minutes long. I would have these appointments available every 50 minutes. If I don't want that, because then an appointment might start at 10 a.m. and then another at 10:50 without giving me a break in between, I can come here and decide I want to block off X minutes before and X minutes after the appointment. I recommend maybe just doing a block off after the appointment, and then appointments will actually show up every 60 minutes. I have a 50-minute appointment that will have a 10-minute gap after the appointment. This will technically show up to clients as bookable every 60 minutes. Once you have that first one set to book online, you can come over here on the right-hand side to see the different columns. The calendar with a check mark means it's available for online booking. This means it's available for new clients to book that particular service. And then this little phone means that the client can see that there's open appointments, but they have to physically call me. They can't request it online. Once you have all your ducks in a row here and determined which services you'd like to be available for online booking, the next step is actually setting your availability. And to do that, I can go back to the calendar in the upper left-hand corner. And in this context, availability is going to be the hours that your practice is open. In the upper right-hand corner, where you see this availability button, I'm just going to click on that. And right now, I don't actually have any availability set, so clients would not be able to book any appointments online. To set availability, you can do it one of two ways. You can kind of simply just hover over the desired area on the calendar. So if I want to do a block starting around 8 a.m. on Monday, I can just hover there and click. Or the other way that you can create an availability block is click this orange Create button, Add Availability. As far as the title of this is actually just for you. Clients won't see this. There isn't really any significance. It's really just for your reference. I would say a lot of people just call it available sessions or maybe morning blocks, whatever works best for you. And we recommend actually making as big of windows as possible. So if you have a 4-hour period that you're seeing clients, rather than making 4 separate 1-hour time slots, we recommend just making one 4-hour window. We see a lot of customers have more success being able to fluidly book appointments back to back when there's one large window. So I'm going to say that I'm free 8 a.m. to maybe 3:15 for appointments. And then if I want it to repeat, which is probably going to be the case if your hours are the same every week, just come right here and click on the calendar if you want that day to be one that this same block will occur on. And down here, you do want to select available for online booking. The whole point of setting this up is making hours that clients can book. And you can also further customize it and decide, I do want maybe this service, but not this service in this window. I would say most people I talk to have all services available at all times, just to maximize the amount of appointments clients can book. So once I click done, it is on my calendar, and clients can hypothetically book appointments depending on when the slot is open. If I unclick availability in the upper right-hand corner, I have already quite a few appointments on my calendar that I manually created. So our online booking feature is smart enough to recognize that if there's something else on your calendar, your appointment is not going to show up as an open time slot to clients. I'm going to go back to my client portal link, go to my account, settings, and then from here on the bottom left, click on client portal. And since mine is actually available for new clients, I'm going to show you what a new client point of view would look like. I currently only have availability at one of my office locations. If I were a potential client and I saw this 8 a.m. and wanted to book it, all I'd have to do is click on the appointment, and then it is simply a request that I'm putting in here. So the appointment request was sent to the clinician. On my end, as the client, I'm seeing that it is an appointment request. So to clarify, you as the clinician will have the ultimate control as to whether you're going to approve or deny all of these appointments. On the clinician side, to see what it looks like when you receive a request, I received an email notification letting me know that I have a client requesting an appointment. On the left-hand side here, I also receive a physical appointment request. It will tell me that the client's name, the time of the slot that they requested, and then it is just a matter of me clicking right here, accept or decline the appointment. I'll show you both options. And this email content is customizable, but if for any reason I decline, it will send an email here that says it's not going to work, and it will send them a link to reschedule another time. If I decide, yep, this appointment works well for me, I'll click accept. If I approve this appointment, I could also send the client intake documents as well. So I'll go ahead and do that. There is another feature also called the Simple Booking widget that we have. So the booking widget is something that you can use if you have a personal website. It's designed for potential leads to come on your website and see any open appointments. It is not for current clients of yours to book appointments. Just to clarify, the booking widget is entirely for you if you have a personal website and want to maybe attract new leads. The user's experience, they are on your personal website, they're not directed to a new page. So just to kind of demo what it looks like, I'm going to go down to the booking widget. And if we were pretending that this was my personal website, I'm Cate the clinician, and this button right here actually says, new client, click here to request an appointment. When I click that, this screen that popped up, this is the booking widget. So it's going to show the different services that I offer, my practice rates. They're all going to be listed here. So if the client says, yep, I want to do that one, it'll show the different office locations I have. I currently only have the one. And then next up, it'll show any appointments that I have. So the layout of it looks very similar to the client portal, with, again, the key difference being this is just for potential leads. And as far as actually requesting this specific slot, it's very similar in that it asks for the person's name, email, and phone number. And once they do that, it submits an appointment request to the clinician.